Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, click that button and subscribe to our channel. Going to be making some roast pork today. As you can see, I've got a lovely joint there. Now this joint is no bone inside, and it's been prepared by my butcher. You can get your butcher to do it. So they've put the string around it, they've strung it up already. It's got fat on it there, but not the rind, i.e. it hasn't got the hard outer skin. That means that we're not going to get what we call crackling or the kind of hard crispiness, but we do need that fat on there. So this is 1.6 kg, which is about 3.5 pounds. I'm going to add lots of text in the video, below the video in the box that explains a bit about timings that you cook for. So simply we're going to dry this, which I've done. I've got some kitchen towel. Dry it out, make sure it's nice and dry, and then let's start by putting on some pepper, flip him over there. We're going to do some salt, plenty of salt. Don't be shy with the salt. Let's get the ends as well. Looking fantastic. Right, optional, I'm going to go for a little bit of paprika. This is a sweet paprika. Be careful with paprika because you can get a smoked one, a hot one like a chili, or a sweet one. That's looking beautiful. I'm now going to throw on some rosemary. I've got a dried rosemary. If you've got some fresh, that would be fantastic. Just press that on there. Now, I like a little bit of this, a little bit of Worcester sauce. Again, optional, you don't have to do this. You could maybe use a little touch of soy sauce if you wanted. Some olive oil. Let's get that on. Now I'm going on with my hands, just rubbing that in. Just turn it over. You can brush this on if you want to be all nice and polite, but I just find your hands so much better for this. That's great. Now we're going to add some garlic. Let me pop this out the way and get my tray in there. As you can see, my tray, I've just put some sliced onions in it. Again, optional. I just like that. It adds a bit of flavour. Let's get that in. Adds a little bit of flavour and just raises it off. No need to use a rack. And finally, I've got some garlic, sliced garlic that I'm going to pop over. Right, my oven's preheated. It's going to go in. This is going to take about 1.5 hours. In the meantime, I'm going to put some text up now for you to see about roasting times and all that stuff. See when it comes out. There we go. You can see how wonderful that looks. I mean, it's straight out the oven. It's really hot, of course. What we're going to do now is I'm going to take this out. As you can see, there's some liquid in there. Now, I'm not going to throw that liquid away because that's going to make a beautiful gravy to go with roast pork if you're doing a kind of English type of thing, roast potatoes and all that stuff. So I can show you how to do that, but let's get this out. Let it sit for about 10 minutes. I like to let it sit and rest for about 10 minutes before I carve it. I'm going to carve it then, show you. That's it, job done. So simply now, what we're going to do is carve it. Now I had a string around it, which I've taken a couple off, but you need to take that string that your butcher put on. As you can see, it's beautifully white, cooked all the way through. What you can do, if you're not sure if it's cooked, get your knife in the kind of centre part, push it right in and pull it out, and any juice that come out should be clear. If it's not clear, then your roast is not ready. So simple. We're just going to slice this off, and this is going to be served. I'm going to do this with some roast potatoes, some broccoli, a nice apple sauce, and I am going to use that juice that came out of that pan, that one right there. I'm going to add a little bit of flour to that. little bit of horseradish. I'm going to use a corn flour, which is nice and thin and light. That will thicken it nicely. Some horseradish, and maybe a little touch of mustard and a splash of cream. And that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Lots of love to you all. See you soon. Bye bye.